She wasn't looking for love. She was choosing her next victim.
Her profile looked flawless, almost too flawless to question.
She didn't go after random men. She picked the ones with money, trust, and something to lose.
And with one message, the trap quietly opened.
She made every victim feel like they had found someone rare, almost unreal.
You have such exquisite taste. That watch is absolutely stunning.
Thank you. I've always appreciated good craftsmanship. This coffee is wonderful, too.
The moment she stepped inside, she wasn't seeing a home. She was seeing inventory.
And that's when police realized this wasn't one date gone wrong. This was a pattern.
While one victim was still in shock, another man had already matched with her. She didn't just flirt well. No. She knew exactly how to make strangers trust her fast.
And the apartment, is it as stunning as the jewelry you designed?
Even better. It's got reinforced steel doors and infrared cameras. Hello. Yes, I'm just walking out the door now. I'll be right down.
That's when investigators saw the truth. This wasn't dating. This was a hunting pattern.
Then something changed. The victims started comparing what happened to them.
Same photos, same flirting style, same carefully timed moves over and over again.
And then came the detail that changed everything. She wasn't using just one name.
Soon, investigators believed some of those stolen luxury items were already being moved fast.
One victim remembered something chilling. She had been noticing details that he thought she'd never seen.
This wasn't impulse theft. She studied patterns, routines, timing, and weakness.
And behind the romance, detectives began tracing a digital pattern hidden inside the apps.
By now, investigators knew this wasn't just theft. It was identity, seduction, and strategy weaponized together.
Then one victim remembered a tiny detail. Something she touched that she shouldn't have.
So detectives went where liars hate the most, the cameras.
Different victims.
Different dates.
But one thing kept showing up, the same bag.
Then one victim gave detectives their clearest description yet, and suddenly she felt more real. So investigators widened the search, because stolen luxury usually wants to be sold fast.
Fast how?
The more detectives looked, the less her luxury lifestyle seemed real.
Then, just as detectives got closer, one of her profiles vanished again.
By now, this wasn't just a case anymore. It was a hunt across New York. Then one victim did something crucial. He had saved the messages.
Look at this. The exact same emotional hook used on 3 different victims.
And the texting patterns are identical down to the punctuation.
At least once, a date almost went wrong for her when a man started noticing small inconsistencies.
You always ask the most charming questions.
But she was good enough to smile, redirect, and make doubt disappear again.
Yes, an elegant woman. She was impossible to forget, because some people are impossible to forget.
And as the pressure grew, she appeared to make small changes to stay unrecognizable.
Without realizing it, she may have already become someone parts of the city were quietly watching for.
Then investigators may have found where at least some of the stolen luxury was ending up.
And as investigators got closer, pieces of her online life began quietly disappearing.
By now, if she was still in New York, the city around her was starting to close in.
Then finally, investigators caught a lead that felt stronger than anything before it.
One neighborhood kept surfacing again and again, like part of her pattern lived there. And around that same time, she seemed to become more careful, more watchful, more guarded.
For the victims, it was just the money. It was the humiliation of being played so completely.
Because what made her dangerous was just theft. It was how quickly she could read people.
At least once, her routine may have been interrupted, and she seemed to feel it immediately. She didn't freeze, she didn't run, she simply pivoted and vanished back into the city. By now, the case was no longer scattered pieces. It was starting to lock together.
And somewhere behind the image, her world may have been getting smaller too.
And then, after weeks of deception, the case began moving toward a turning point.
Then investigators found something they'd been missing for weeks, a name that actually connected.
For the first time, she was becoming more than a mystery. She was becoming identifiable. But while detectives got closer, she was still moving, still adapting, still staying one step ahead.
And eventually, one place started standing out more than all the others.
We don't care about the money. We just want him stopped.
That's the one. I recognize him from the profile.
We just need closure.
And once the pieces finally started lining up, detectives moved much faster.
From the outside, she still looked composed, but by now, something about her had changed.
Target acquired.
And for the first time since this began, they were closer to her than she probably realized.
Then came the lead that felt different, cleaner, stronger, and harder for her to escape.
If she knew what was coming, she may have already realized her options were running out.
So investigators moved carefully, because one wrong move could make her disappear again.
And then, after all the fake names and vanished profiles, they finally closed in.
For the victims, it didn't erase what happened. But at least now there was an answer.
And in a city full of polished profiles and perfect first impressions, danger didn't look dangerous at all.
If you want more shocking true crime stories like this, like the video, subscribe, and stay alert, because the next trap could look even more normal.